So today we're going to solve another Leetcode problem. My name is Gustavo Souza and I solve a Leetcode problem. And this case, today challenge, that's the carpooling. That's the problem 1094. So that's a medium problem. So let's just read the problem. So there's a car with the capacity empty seats. The vehicle only drives east, cannot turn around and drive west. You are given the integer capacity and array trips. So you have this integer capacity and you have an array trips, where trip is the number of passenger from I to I. So it means that the first index is going to be the number of passenger that I'm going to pick in this index 1, that's the starting point, and the index 2, that's the end point. That indicates that the ith trip has a number of passenger in the location 2 to pick up and drop them off from I to respectively. The locations are given as the number of kilometers due east from the car's initial location. So return true if it's possible to pick up and drop off all passengers for all given trips, or false otherwise. So that's the problem. So any problem on Leetcode, the first thing that I do is to check for some hints. So in this case, we have some hints, we have also similar questions. So similar questions also help us to solve the problem. So there is one hint here: sort the pickup and drop off events by location, then process them in order. So what it means? We also take a look on the constraint. 1, the maximum size of the trip array, that's 1000. So we have this valuable information. So how do we solve this problem? Let's just take this example. So we take the first example that we have two values, actually two elements. The first element means that in the first thing, in the location 1, 2 passenger is going to get in, and we need to drop off in the index 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 passenger. And you have the second information, second element, that we need 3 passenger to be picked up in the index number 3, and we're going to drop in the index number 7, 5, 6, 7. So if you take a look in this example, we're going to have 2 passenger in this index, in this mileage. Let's suppose that's a mileage, that's a row. But in the third index, I'm going to have 3 more passengers. So it means that 3 more passengers, they are 5 passengers, which is more than the capacity. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use all the values of the integer to check the balance of people get in, get off. And then we are going to create a variable just to take the previous value with the current balance of the current index and so on. And we are going to check for all the values on this array. We are going to check if you have some problem of capacity over the capacity of the problem. So let's just code. So the first thing, we need to create this array, and we're going to put the constraint, and we're going to look for in this array, and we're going to update for, since we have the index and the start point. So the first thing, I'm going to pick this, I'm going to update the start point. So I'm going to take trips and what else? Okay, that's the second index, the index 1. Let's have the start point, and I'm going to update this array with the number of passenger, and the number of passengers, that's the index 0. So that's the index that we have actually. That's not okay. So now it seems to be. So we have index 0 for index I. So that's what we have now, and we're going to do the same strategy for when we have the drop-off, which is the drop-off that's index number 2. So we make minus the previous value. Okay, 0. So we have this array ready, and then what we're going to do, we are going to travel for all the points in this array. So we need to create a variable, passenger, can be the name of the variable, passengers 0. So we're going to look from this array int I0, I minus, this time that's the array that we created, plus plus, and then we're going to check if okay, we need to take okay, we need to update the passenger for all the elements. Is equal to R. And then we check if the passenger for each index is greater than the capacity. So if it's greater than the capacity, means that you have to return false because it's not possible. And then if everything's okay in the for loop, I just need to return true for this problem. So let's just check if everything's right. Seems to be fine. Okay, let's just run the code. Okay, just okay, small syntax problem. Have in the line 12 another problem. So that's RI passengers. Okay. Passengers equal passengers. That's with E. Just sorry. Passengers. So that's the problem. So let's just run again. I have the two conditions. So I just run the code. Okay, it seems to be fine. Then I just submit my problem, my solution actually to this problem. Okay, seems success, it should be fine. About the time complex, that's n. Since n can be the size of the triple array, the array length, the array r, we know the length, so that's a constant, so that's on. And for time, for space complexity, since we only define the array r and we know the size, that's O1, the space complexity. So that's my solution. I hope you have enjoyed my solution for this problem. Thank you.